everyone, this is a bit of a requested video. It's not fragrance related, so if you're here for fragrances you can probably skip this one. This is about skincare. So a couple of people very kindly said that my skin's looking really nice and would I do a skincare video, a skincare routine. So here it is. Thank you. So I'm outside trying to get the best light for you. It's a kind of sunny, cloudy day today, so it's probably not the best light, but I'm trying to sort of show you. This is my skin without makeup. There's a tiny bit of translucent powder just to stop me looking too shiny, because I have a combination type skin but very dehydrated in the dry areas, and then it just gets shiny and oily in the non-dry areas. So I would get a bit oily here, I can get oily on my forehead, and I can even get oily eyelids, but then and here, but then other parts can be dry, and even my skin can feel quite dry even when it's oily. So that's my skin type for you. I am 41 years old, and I need to be completely honest with everybody and tell you what I've done and where I'm at. So I've recently had some fillers. I get lines here, and see those lines there, so they look like a smoker but I'm not. I think it's because I kind of chew my lips and stuff. It's a bit gross. It's like a nervous habit, so I'm kind of like always doing that, and I also get a lot of lines here. So I have had some fillers in those lines, and when they did that, they just put a tiny bit of filler in my lip just to kind of spread it out and make it look less wrinkly. So what else have I done? I don't have Botox, although I'm thinking about it, because not so much for wrinkles, but if you look at my eye here, well, they're both a bit droopy. My eyelids droop. If I look straight ahead, my eyelids droop, and then this one's a lot worse, and it like sits down on my eye and makes me look tired. Apparently you can have a bit of Botox here, or you do both sides, to kind of lift up. So I'm thinking about that. That's where I'm at with. That's all I have at the moment to tell you, to disclose. I have been really bad over the years and sat in the sun way more than you should. So what happens, and the main symptom I now have from that is pigmentation marks. So you can see there's one there, and if you look closely you'll see quite a lot, and I get them on my neck. So my skin is not, I mean, I am lucky. I think I'm naturally lucky that I've got quite clear, I've always had quite clear skin, and I haven't really suffered with spots, etc. But let me talk you through what I do. There's something I've started recently which might actually explain why my skin's looking a little bit nicer than normal. I forgot to get it, but I've started doing dermaplaning. I'll show you the knife in a second, and you just kind of like scrape your skin, and it takes off the top layer of dry skin cells, and it also takes any peach fuzz off your face, so you get a really nice smooth finish which looks great when you do your makeup. So I'll show you that knife in just, I'll get it for you now. Wait there, baby. Don't sit on my seat, I know what you're doing. Oh, sweetie! Idiot! Sweetie, I didn't think... So she actually... I actually sat on her, so she's pissed off now. Sorry about that. Here's the knife. I say knife, it's a razor. And what you do is you obviously have clean skin, and you kind of like just do that, and it just takes off the surface skin cells and the peach fuzz, and makes your skin look really nice and radiant. Do look at YouTube videos on how to do it properly, because that's all I did, and I will post a link of where I got those from. I did a bit of research, and that seemed to be the popular one. It's from Amazon, and it does come from, I think it's Japan, so it took a good 3 or 4 weeks to get to me. I got a set of, I think I got 6 of them, just because I knew it was going to take a while to get to me. I've used this one several times. It's still doing the job, so they're not very expensive either. So that's one thing that definitely is making a difference, I think, to making my skin look more radiant. One thing I've been doing recently, I think cleansing is one of the most important stages of skincare for everybody. And I have to say, I would never thought in my life I would spend this much money on a cleanser. So this one's the Emma Hardy Amazing Face Moringa Cleansing Balm. It's 200 ml, so it's a big old tub. And it was sort of like, I think it was about £70, but it was on a deal on, it was either Look Fantastic or Feel Unique, and you got a lot of freebies if you spent £100, and I needed something else anyway, so I got my order up over £100, and all the freebies, there were loads and loads. They're really nice little travel sizes of all sorts of stuff, so I kind of bit the bullet and treated myself to that, and I use it every single day. I'll show you the consistency of it. I use it every single day before I get in the shower. I scoop out about a sort of pea, no more than a pea size, like imagine 2 green peas on your plate, 2 peas. I grab about 2 peas amount and then just massage it for about a minute or 2, so really do make a routine of it, into my skin. And then you get a washcloth with it, which I'm not going to show you because mine looks a bit stained. I do wash it, but it just gets a bit stained. And then in the shower, you take your washcloth, get it wet and sort of make sure it's nice and clean, and then sort of just wipe off the cleanser. And it does seem to really make my skin look nice, and the cleanser itself does smell really nice as well. Yeah, it's almost neroli like, if you know the scent of neroli. It's kind of slightly bitter and floral and sweet at the same time, but it's kind of uplifting. So I'm not suggesting that you go and buy that because it is expensive, but I think that a cleansing balm and cleansing oils are really nice. Try and avoid the foamy stuff, especially if you've got dry skin like me, because anything that foams, to make it foam, has to have an ingredient which actually strips the skin. What you don't want to be doing to your skin is putting alcohol or anything on it that's going to be stripping it, especially if you suffer with any dryness or sensitivity. So I would totally get something a bit more balmy or oily, although they are a little more time consuming to use, but they do feel really nice, and they kind of they treat your skin much nicer than any kind of foamy stuff. So next up, I do a bit of exfoliation here and there. I'm not, there's no routine to it. I'll probably do it about twice a week-ish, depends. In the winter I might do it a little bit more. And I've got a few different options. So this is a cheap one that I found in Marks and Spencer's. It's one of those rice powder type things. So it looks almost like a talcum powder, and you put obviously a lot more than that. You put that in your hand, and then with your other hand wet, kind of like do that, and you'll have like a wet powdery thing, and then you rub it into your face, and the ingredients exfoliate your skin without there being any harsh lumps and bumps and chunks and stuff. So when it comes to exfoliation, you don't want crushed walnuts, because they're different. Every piece of crushed walnut is going to be a different shape, and it's just going to scratch at the surface of your skin, and your face is far too delicate to be doing that. What you really want, if you have to have an exfoliant that's actually got bits in it, you want the bits to be round so that they roll over your face. So imagine like a marble, but then really small, so that it rolls over your face. But you also don't want something that's bad for the environment, so you need to know that the exfoliant is biodegradable. Otherwise you're just going to be putting that in fish and dolphins, and we don't want to be doing that, do we? There's another exfoliant I use, which is this one. So it's called Mizon Apple Smoothie Peeling Gel. It can be used kind of like a mask, but it does also have tiny little bits in it, so you can just use it like an exfoliant, but it's very, very gentle. So I quite like that. That's a Korean brand. Occasionally I do a mask. This is my favourite mask, and it's called Fruit Active Rejuvenating Mask by Elemis. I always forget to do it, but every now and then, if you've got a special occasion, I would do this one because it does give you an instant glow to your skin. So it's a I'm going to show you the consistency. It's kind of clay-like. Oh, okay, that needed a shake. It's kind of clay-like and green. Oh, it's come out wetter because I think it's all separated where I've not used it for a little while. Here we go. Pop that in. And it smells really nice. So it's sort of clay-like, and then you just pat that all over your skin. Leave it, I always leave it for as long as possible, but sort of leave it for at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it dries. So it does feel a bit like a clay, but it's not as thick as a clay, and it dries, and you just rinse it off, and your skin just like looks more glowing, and you just look a bit healthier. So oh, and it smells so nice as well. So it's strawberries and kiwis, and it does smell like that, just with a hint of something earthy about it as well. But it is a nice one. It's a bit expensive, but I think it's worth it as a special occasion type thing, or you know what, a couple of times a month. Now, what I use on my skin once I'm ready for my moisturiser, I tend to have a serum. I do chop and change my skincare a lot. At the moment, I'm just about to use the last, actually it's all just settled, it's all just moved because I had it laying down. Just about to use the last of this one. It's Elixir London's 24K Beauty Serum, and that one's really nice. It has a sort of gel, like almost watery texture, and you put it on your skin. It doesn't make you shiny or oily. It's got some really nice ingredients in it. It's got little gold flakes, and you get the odd gold flake that you might see on your skin, but if it bothers you, you can easily get rid of it. So I quite like that. I probably won't, this was given to me to review, but I probably won't repurchase. I think the price seems to vary, but yeah, they are quite pricey. I think they were selling them for £50, and that was in a deal. I would probably just go with something from Number 7 Boots. They do quite nice serums for around the £20 mark. It just depends what I see. When I see a deal, my favourite skincare brands, probably Dermalogica, but again can be a bit pricey. So yeah, I'm a shop aroundy type person. So this moisturiser I'm using at the moment is this one. I'm not actually that much of a fan of it. So it's Olay's 7-in-1 with SPF 15. It's alright, but the only problem is it makes me a little bit shiny, so I have to always have to do powder as well, but it's okay. Probably won't repurchase. I'll shop around and see what's on offer. Around my eyes, I've been using this one recently. I've got it on, I'll say recently, I've actually had it quite a long time. I got it on an aeroplane as part of a package of Clinique products. I've used everything else up, but this is the eye All About Eyes serum depuffing massage, and it's a rollable, so you roll it around. Ooh, got some there. You roll it around your eye area just to kind of give a bit of moisture and sort of depuff a little bit. So I quite like that. And then the only other thing I do is when I'm just taking my makeup off, I tend to use a micellar cleansing water. So I'm using this one at the moment. I don't think it's particularly great. I got it because it was cheap. It does the job, so it's fine for the price. I think it's absolutely fine. But my favourite thing is to use a proper eye makeup remover, but not one that's oily. I don't like those, and I don't find them that effective. I like the ones that feel very like water-like and light. I used to use one by Gatineau, and it's in a blue, like a blue liquid, and that's the best one I ever used. But I got that on a deal, and since then I can't find it for cheap enough to warrant the price. But that was my favourite one, Gatineau one, and yeah, it's blue. So I think that is everything. I do hope that you enjoyed my video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Just thought I'd throw this bit in. I found some better light, so it's now another day. I'm just editing the video, and I thought I'd show my skin in a bit of better light now. So check out the boxes behind me. Let's not even talk about moving house. And here's my skin. So you can see the pigmentation that I suffer. Quite strong all around here. Big one there. Yeah, there. So lots of pigmentation. I get red bits, a little bit of redness. I've got here there are veins, thread veins I think they're called. So that's my skin. You can see the fine lines here, and obviously if I wrinkle up you can see them worse. So that is my skin in sort of a better light, just to show you. I know that it is quite clear and quite radiant, even though I've got the various problems. So that's me. All I've done today is literally did the exfoliant that I showed you, the Mizon one, quick rinse, and then I did the exfoliant, and that's it.